that the Chiefs have won 3 straight playoff games over Buffalo. Who did the Chiefs want? Which team did they want here? I feel like the Ravens, when their A game is going, are better than anybody. Like, they are better than the Bills, they're better than the Eagles, they're better than everybody. They do not have their A game. They're out. Let's get into it. Ugh, I tweeted a lot this weekend. I'm sorry, guys. I probably got muted by hundreds of accounts across the great nation. I tweeted, I'm devastated for whoever loses, and I mean that. It lived up to what we wanted. It went down to the wire. It was dramatic. Buffalo wins. And it was sort of like the perfect vibe for what this 2024-2025 Bills team has been and what the current version of an evolved, gets better every year, Josh Allen has been for Buffalo this year. It is all substance over style. That's what it boils down to. Not a ton of flashiness, not a ton of, we lose these in the highlight reels for years to come. No. They just didn't lose the game. They did their thing. They didn't get cute. They didn't have Josh do too much. They didn't get shaky. They weren't too big for the moment. And we celebrate that. Hell, I declare victory on that this morning. They took what the Ravens gave them at every turn. And Josh, unbelievably patient. Great O-line. But patient AF, people. Quick underneath throw after quick underneath throw. He completed one pass, guys, one pass that was more than 8 yards downfield. One, just one. And that is not a knock. We are celebrating that this morning because it was giving Tom Brady. It was giving distribute the ball, take what we're getting. I want the hardware. I want the championship. I want to be in the Super Bowl. So stat schmats, man. I'll say the same thing about Jalen. You'll see. I know Eagles fans will get to you. I don't care that he only threw for 127 yards. He kept the ball moving. He didn't force anything. And he did what they had to win the game. I don't have much to say. It's like maybe Chris Sims will have more here for me. I feel like we need to see a little bit more. I know Josh Allen came out and he talked to Tracy and he said, I'm so proud of the defense. I get it. Next week, you're going to need a little more out of your defense to beat KC. I can't wait to see it because you give Mahomes opportunities like we gave Lamar, he's cashing in. Travis isn't, Mark Andrews, we'll get to you. Travis isn't dropping that, okay? Travis isn't dropping that, and they're probably running in with Pacheco anyway. That's just how things work. You can't give them a chance. But still, I can't freaking wait. We are so lucky to get this playoff meeting number 4 between Josh and Patrick. Hard to imagine the AFC being decided any other way with the way this season has gone down. Now, my Ravens, my Sarah Ellisons, my amazing, my gosh, it's hard to even talk about. My Marlon Humphrey, who came alive this year. Mark Andrews, who's the heart and soul, such a good man. They were dynamic. Were they the better team, question mark? They look, by all stats, it kind of feels like it, but sloppy, just sloppy. And there's not like some huge hot take to make here. You can't win a game when you turn over the ball 3 times. You can't. It's hard. It's really hard. They did everything they could to give the game away. Yet somehow they were in it. That's crazy. That's maybe the indictment on the Buffalo Bills as you're going into this next week if you want. But let's, do we have to? We got to listen to Lamar after the game. Mark Andrews didn't even speak to the media. Understandable, but here's the quarterback.
All of us played a factor in the game. You know, it's a team effort. I'm not gonna put that on Mark, bro. Because he's been battling all season. He's been doing all the great things he's been doing all season. The first half, I had 2 costly turnovers. Me not holding the safety, me just knowing the coverage, me knowing it was man, through a BS interception. But tonight, the turnovers can't happen, you know? And that's why we lost the game. Because as you can see, we're moving the ball wonderfully. It's hold on to the ball. I'm sorry for my language. Annoying. I'm tired.
No, swear. Get it all out there. This has to be as frustrating as it gets because you look at the numbers. I mean, who, better team, more dynamic? It's the Ravens. I don't know if better team, they didn't win. I'm not saying that. Bills fans, calm down. But if you look at the numbers, they outgained the Bills. 7.3 yards per play, 70% on third down. They didn't punt once. This is sort of staggering to look at. And you're like, how did this happen? We all know how it happened. There's not a hot take I have. Sims might have a hot take. I don't. 3 turnovers and a 2 botched 2-point conversions. That'll do it. That'll about do it. Lamar barely missed in that second half, okay? But you can't dig yourself out of the hole that you put yourself in this early and expect to win. I don't know. I have Monken questions. Ravens, give me your answers. Like, well, where was Derrick Henry on the final drive? Those 2-point conversions? Where was he? I don't know. Monken and the coaching staff are certainly going to think this over. The team lost. It wasn't all on Lamar. It wasn't all on Monken or Harbaugh or Mark Andrews. But when you're the quarterback and you're a 2-time MVP who I actually think is going to get his 3rd, this is a game Jackson needed. The narrative is that he can't win big games. But you can't argue that he can't win big games until he overcomes this one, big pivotal playoff games. Next year's year 8 for Lamar. That stunned me. That about knocked me over this morning. Peyton Manning, let's not forget, guys, 3-6 in the playoffs. The year he finally won a ring was year 9. It took 9 years for Ferris Bueller, Ed Rooney, 9 times. 9 years for Drew Brees as well. John Elway went through 15 years of back-breaking losses before he finally got to hold the Lombardi. So there's no excuses. Criticism is deserved. Accountability has been taken, which you love to see. But I don't know if I'm going to label him as the can't win. We love to label a can't win. We love to put dudes in buckets. That's what we do in our business, in our world, in our culture, I think as humans. Needed this game, did not get it, needs to get right back there and get it done. The end of Lamar's story. I mean, his story's, we're not going to write him off, but he's got to get these wins. Bills Eagles weren't the only winners yesterday. My parlay hit again. Let's effing go, you guys. All I do is get drunk on Mondays. We're about to have Summer Fridays. I put this out yesterday. Oh boy. Did you shake this? No. Katarina! Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. By the way, he had 2. People were arguing with me about whether or not he was going to get, why the heck does this happen? What is the point of this? All right, not great. 200, and then the desk smells like champagne the whole show. You know what, Chris Sims, you're going to get a boozy Susie when I see you next here after the break. But I do want to say, Hamilton, we got 50 rushing yards from James Cook. We got the 80 from Henry. Finally, in like the 3rd quarter, they were like, he had like 20 yards in the first half. I don't know what they were doing. 2 Josh Allen rushing touchdowns. And I want to show you the placement on the app. This played large for me because I about had it with the overlords at FanDuel saying, excuse me, I deserve better. And then they popped me up into that carousel, okay? That is prime play. Could it be better? Sure. Did I have to swipe a million times like I was on TikTok, which is back, which I also told you guys TikTok would not go away? And I told you exactly how it would happen on the show on Friday, and I was right. But listen, we hit it, and we had 36,000 people tail, which I really appreciate. Thank you for the faith, the confidence, and really just the wanting to have fun. That's all it is. This isn't like just throw a couple dollars on it. $2.1 million check those overlords at FanDuel Sportsbook had to cash and write out. We love that.
Unbelievable.
We love that for all of us. We love that. We love when FanDuel writes a check to our audience.
We really do, and it was awesome to see. And Kay, you're like a diva wide receiver. Just the squeaky wheel got the grease, you got the placement on the app. It was great to see.
At a level that was I was Brat Tatooine over here. 12 out of 10. Yeah. Get my parlay in the right spot, and Wink, you're welcome. Will we cook one up for the divisional round? We might. We may. We've got lots of business to talk about.